When people help animals and animals help people, that's not just kindness, that's real magic. And you're about to see it in this compilation. Let's start with a story where a man grabbed a blanket off a chair, unaware that someone behind him was likely its owner. But instead of getting angry, the owner quietly followed. What he saw left him speechless. The man gently wrapped the blanket around his snow-white dog. He was homeless, but full of love. Touched by the moment, the owner returned, not to take the blanket back, but to bring food and to leave the blanket with them for good. A sad little girl walked into a church and quietly sat far from everyone. But a dog noticed her, one with a gift for sensing sadness. The dog gently approached and tried to guide her closer to the others. Her mood seemed to lift just a little, but the sadness still lingered. Then a stranger sitting nearby stood up, walked over, and silently handed her a Bible. Sometimes the smallest acts speak the loudest. A homeless man gently placed his donated meal on a car hood. The car's owner saw it, set his own food on the roof, and casually knocked the homeless man's meal to the ground. The man was speechless, but one of the charity organizers saw everything. He stepped in and firmly told the rude man to hand over his own food. And afterward, the homeless man was also treated to dessert, because kindness finds its way back. A dog runs up to a stranger and grabs her water bottle. She holds on tightly, but the dog pulls it away and runs. The woman chases after him, and only at the end understands why. A man nearby is collapsing, and she immediately gives him water. The dog knew exactly who needed it most. People stood in silence. It was perfectly timed. As the man was closing his front door, a stray dog pulled a long blanket off his chair and ran. He saw it and rushed after her. But when he caught up, he was stunned. The dog had brought the blanket to her homeless owner, who was shivering but still petting her lovingly. The man understood, came back with food, and left them the blanket. A couple was arguing in the middle of the street, and it was hard not to hear them. A nearby flower-selling grandma watched with quiet interest until she came up with a brilliant idea. As the girl turned away, the grandma slipped a bouquet into the guy's hand. He called her name, smiled, and gave her the flowers. Sometimes one small gesture is all it takes to make things right. A homeless man was being kicked out of a store. He only wanted new sneakers. Right then, his old shoes completely fell apart. Everyone passed by without noticing, but one shopper walked out in brand new sneakers and silently gave them to someone who truly needed them. A delivery guy arrived at the building but couldn't take the elevator. It required an access card. One man saw him struggling but rudely brushed him off, saying he was in a hurry. A nearby couple noticed too, but chose to ignore him. No one helped until a girl walked by. She saw the situation and immediately offered to assist. Grateful, the courier smiled and handed her a can of soda, a small gesture for a big act of kindness. A guy was walking down the street with a beautiful bouquet and accidentally dropped one flower in front of a girl. She picked it up and called out to return it, but he turned, smiled, and gifted her the whole bouquet, a small surprise and pure happiness in her eyes. Let us know in the comments which moment you liked most, maybe the one with the delivery guy or the flower. And if you want to see more, tap the pop-up on your screen.